Hi everybody, it's me, Shelly, at Down in the Dale. This is my Manjaro weight loss journey. I am 60 years old, 5'5". I started this journey on August 24th of 2025. I'm using Manjaro, which is for type 2 diabetics. It's a form of tirzepatide, it is tirzepatide. It's just labeled Manjaro for diabetics and Zepbound for weight loss. That's it. There's also semaglutide, which is Wegovy and Ozempic. And then there's a Wegovy pill right now. And if you don't like shots, which I do not like shots, but I have given myself 31 shots because this is my week 31 recap. I'm currently on 5 milligrams. I started taking 5 milligrams. Let's look at my handy dandy sheet that I have written out on October 19th. So I did 8 weeks of 2.5, and now I've done 1 billion weeks. Let's count real quick. It'll be fun. It's like the count 1 on Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is my 23rd week on 5 milligrams. I think I might want to go up in dose for my next box. Well, I'm getting a box this week of 5. But after 4 more weeks, I think I'm going to go up. Not because my weight has stalled or anything. I don't know. I might go up. I might stay. Honestly, today's Sunday, which is my shot day. And I have not been hungry all day. So I probably really should stay on 5 for a while more. But so I started on, like I said, August 24th, 2025 at 287 pounds. My highest weight was like 311 back in 2011. That's how I remember it. But when I moved back home to Michigan from California, I started to creep up and I gained 70 pounds in the 4 years or 3 years, however many years, I don't know, from when I left California. And I just knew I had to do something. And this stuff has been life-changing. It's just amazing. I wish I would have started earlier, but, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But also, needles, don't like them. If I had waited, I probably would have started the Wegovy, but who knows. I'm really glad that I did the needles, did the shot, because it's so easy. It took me 2.5 hours to give myself my very first shot. And the second week, it took 30 minutes, even though the last week, you know, the week before, I knew it. I didn't feel it. I was surprised it even went in. But I sat there with my finger on that stupid little trigger, this little trigger right here of the Manjaro pen, for 2.5 hours. I had such a mark on my stomach from holding it the whole time. It was insane. But I used to faint as a kid when I would get shots. I'm such a wuss. But it's so easy. Sometimes I still have a little hesitation, but most of the time I just get it done and over with because it does not hurt. Out of the 31 shots I've taken, I've had 1 shot that I've actually felt. The rest of them are like nothing. A nothing burger, as people call things like that. And I realized I didn't put on my cute little microphone, so I'm just using my iPhone microphone. Hopefully it's okay. And I put a picture behind me if you see. That's going to be part of my California story this week. So I'll talk about that a little later. Anywho. Started August 24th, 287. This is my 31st week. And I had a loss this week. Yay! This morning I got on the scale and it's 250.08, which is a total so far of 36.2. And from last week, I lost 0.7 pounds. Ooh, 0.7 of a pound. So exciting. It is. It's good. I know. Okay, so what else can I talk about? My week was so busy. This morning, I just slept all morning. Well, I slept all morning. I call sleeping past like 5:30, 6 a.m. sleeping all morning. I did not wake up until 7:15. I will tell you in a few minutes why. This week was a busy week, quiet week. I'm trying to think if this week we had hail. I think we did on Thursday. We had a really bad rainstorm. It was Thursday. We had a really bad rainstorm. And I started doing DoorDash. Woo, so much fun, especially when it rains. So I'm in Dairy Queen. No, I was in KFC picking up an order. And when I went in, it was raining. It wasn't awful. And as I'm waiting, the guy who was bagging the order for me said to me, "Wow, when did all that happen?" And I turned around and it was hailing. Oh my gosh, but it was a little teeny tiny hail. It wasn't anything big. I mean, seriously, it was so small. I'm trying to see if I have anything that, I don't know what it looked like, but it was hail. So, but we didn't have any tornadoes, thank goodness. But that day was just so weird because it was like 72 for the high that day. And then by the end of the evening, it was like 32 degrees or something ridiculous. So the storms kind of went away. And so that was Thursday. Friday night, I had dinner with my friend Mary and Lauren. That was really nice. We went to a local barbecue place called Saucy Dogs, and I got a stuffed baked potato with some cheese and onions and beef brisket on it. That was really good. I only ate half of it. I'm gonna have the other half tonight for dinner, which it is 8:20. And like I said this morning, I woke up and I have not been hungry. I ate a piece of cheese, my 2 fiber gummies that I always eat every day, and I had a Think chocolate peanut butter pie bar. Those things are really good if you have ever tried. If you like peanut butter, usually protein bars can sometimes be chalky or very dense. This is light and fluffy and crispy, and oh my gosh. So like I said, it's a Think protein bar. I'll put a picture of the box of what it looks like here. It is very good. So that was Friday. Saturday, like I said, I've been door dashing. So I was going to meet some friends in Ann Arbor, and I decided to go to a different town by us to see how door dashing was there. And it was kind of a bust because I went, it's a much bigger town than ours. And I went on, I took the most, well, I don't want to say longest, but a longer route to get around. And I was on the very east side of the city because I took a freeway up. And I just kept getting orders going to a city by there that was pretty, not far, but I swear, I don't know what it was, but my little algorithm kept giving me stuff to go to a town that was like 8-10 miles away. So that was really fun. But I decided I'm going to try it again next Saturday, but I'm going to go to a more centralized location where there's more restaurants and shopping in that area. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. So I did that, and then I went to Ann Arbor, and I had a little time before I was meeting my friends. Oh, so I went to Trader Joe's because I really miss Trader Joe's. We have 2 Trader Joe's in Michigan. I live, well, here, Michigan looks like, I don't know, is that right? Yeah, Michigan, well, it probably looks like that, so it probably is better this way. I live right here. Kalamazoo is over here. Ann Arbor is kind of over here. So I'm in between, right in between 2, the only 2, no, I think there's 3 Trader Joe's. I think the other one's north of Lansing or north of Detroit, something, I don't know. So I went to Trader Joe's and I bought stuff that I love that I don't get that often because I don't get to Ann Arbor that often, even though I have 2 kids from California that I used to babysit that go to U of M. So that is who I was seeing Saturday night because their parents were coming. I worked with the mom at Warner Brothers, and the dad is a screenwriter, and he's fantastic. The whole family is fantastic. Their other daughter goes to school in Maine. So we had dinner at this amazing Mediterranean restaurant called Sahara in Ann Arbor. I'll put a picture of our dinner here. We got a mezza platter, appetizers, and then we had some other platter of lamb, chicken, and steak, and then it came with some sides, the yummy garlic sauce, and I don't know what else was on there. On the mezza was a fattoush salad, which is really good. Look it up. It's yummy. So then we went to the Detroit Red Wings game. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. I got in so many steps though, because we parked probably 6-8 blocks away. It was probably about 8 blocks away maybe. And then walked to the restaurant, and then walked to Little Caesars Arena, and then walked back. Game was terrible. They scored 1 goal. It was 3-0. They scored 1 goal, and then they took it away because they were offsides. And then the Phillies, I keep saying Phillies, the Flyers, they scored one more goal. So it was 4-0. And theirs got taken away because they were offsides. And then right after that, they scored another goal. So it was 4-0, 10 minutes left in the third period. We left. By the time we got back to our car, there was a bar that was near there. We looked through the window. It was 4-3. We don't know how that happened. I mean, they scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. That's amazing. I kind of wish I'd been there, but it was so late. I tell you, I go to bed like between 8:30 and 10 o'clock every single night. I did not get home last night until 1:30 in the morning. And then I thankfully went right to sleep. But today I've just been dragging. So sleep is very important. You should get your sleep. And that's what I'm going to do after I edit this video and have my dinner. So I probably won't go to bed till 10 o'clock tonight. Yay. I do have one thing that I want to talk about. Let me find it here. I like to talk about some article that I've read, and I honestly can't remember where I found this article, but it was on my Apple News, and you know, I always like to read my Apple News and see what's happening in the health world. So this is about fibermaxxing, which is basically people trying to eat as much fiber as humanly possible. On the surface, it sounds like a great idea. But because most of us don't get enough fiber to begin with, I certainly know I do, which is why I always have 2 fiber gummies in the morning. Okay, so as I was saying, people don't get enough fiber. So here's where it gets interesting. The article says the problem is when people take it too far because more fiber is not always better. If you suddenly load up on a ton of fiber, your body can push back a little. We're talking bloating, gas, my mom's favorite issue, stomach issues, all the fun stuff. Another big point is how you increase fiber matters just as much as how much fiber you have. Going slow and spreading it out throughout the day and getting it from real food, not supplements, like I take in the morning, that's actually what helps your body. So the takeaway is, don't eat as much fiber as possible. It's more like eat more fiber, just don't turn it into a competition. So that's very good. And then we will transition into my California story of the week. So as you know, I worked at Warner Brothers. We used to have these Warner Brothers studio stores. They were around the country. And every year we would have this fantastic sale on the lot for 3 days of products from the past year that didn't sell, or like they had overstock or something. And we had a lot of animation cells, like the Jetsons behind me, which is actually signed by, I don't know, was it a Hanna-Barbera show? I'll put it on here. I also have over there, I have a Flintstones one that's signed by Hanna-Barbera. It's really cute. I'll take a picture of that and put it up too. So like these cells would sell in the stores for $50, $100, $400, $1,000, you know, a lot. Like I think this Jetsons one behind me was marked $400 and I got it for $25. It was great sales like that. They had bomber jackets that were awesome, t-shirts. I mean, everything. My favorite was the kitchenware. Like I have a few plates from there too. And I always liked, whenever I went somewhere and they had a store, I always liked to get the, they had a glass, like a glass tumbler, and with the name of the city. So I know I have a Las Vegas one. I don't know if I ever got a New York one. The New York store was really cool because it was 3 stories, and on the corner of the street, whatever street it was on, they had a glass elevator that went up, and when it came up from the bottom, Superman was pushing it up I'll see if I can find a picture of that. I'm sure there's a picture somewhere living on the internet. So that's my story this week. Get more sleep. Don't eat tons of fiber, but try and get your fiber from real foods. The supplements are okay too. They're just a little extra. What else? I lost 0.7 pounds. I'm going to take my shot in a few minutes. And that is all. Like and subscribe if you want more of this fun stuff. And let me know how you like to get your fiber in your life. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.